Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, that's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Okay, just off a live from Laurie. Oh, God, I love Laurie. Absolutely, everybody loves Laurie. The Way of Positive Change is her YouTube channel. It's also her website, and she is doing personal readings if you wanted to head over to Laurie's website and book in for a personal readings. I must actually get one from her. Gee, I'm a bit of a slacker. Absolutely love her. Okay, what do I want to have a look at this morning? I want to, so I've got some time between the live because it was 9 o'clock. I think there was a little bit of confusion because 10 o'clock is Brisbane time because Brisbane doesn't do daylight saving. So it's a little bit confusion about the scheduling. So we were on at 9. Go back and watch the live if you want to have a catch up with it. Boy, we covered a lot of ground. But I've got a bit of time before I've got to go and do grandma duties. So I want to cover what I was going to what I said I was going to have a look at this morning using the Runic Tarot. So it is a dark deck. I've got my light going. I will hold the cards up. It does have little runes on some of the images. Runes being, and I've got my cheat sheet sitting here as well. Runes being the Norse symbols with the Norse language from way old. I do apologise. Brain's still off with the spirit guides. Okay, so what I want to have a look at is what I said yesterday in regards to the US using cheap Iranian drones against Iran. My concern with that, and I put it in the post section, was that they would be used for a false flag event and then blame Iran to try and draw NATO into the conflict. Ukraine's actually doing something very similar in that when Russia launched a drone attack against Ukraine, I believe they actually, instead of shooting a lot of the drones down, they scooped them up in a big net and have then copied exactly the drone technology that Russia were using. And therefore, when Ukraine is sending drones into Russia and a conflict with Russia, the Russians can't detect which ones are their drones and which ones aren't until it's too late. So I'm looking at an article from New Scientist, newscientist.com. It's actually behind a firewall for a subscription, but I can read the first 2 paragraphs. And the headline is Why the US is Using Cheap Iranian Drones Against the Country Itself. Apparently the drones cost as little as $50,000. Oh man, you can buy a house for that. $50,000 to make each. So the article does question why they're using these drones. It's called the Shahed 136 attack drone, but they're now fending off US copies launched against it in combat. Why is the US military, which has expensive cutting-edge and high-tech weapons, making flimsy drones powered by motorbike engines? The Iranian company Shahed Aviation originally designed the 136. It's 2.6 metres long, can carry 15 kilo payload over about 2,500 kilometres. And they're saying the advantage is the extremely low cost. Now, I don't know that low cost has ever worried the US military complex because, well, you know, what is it? How the fighter jets that went down, every time they fire a missile, is that $200,000 or something? And you know, they were firing them willy-nilly against fishermen in the Caribbean. I have seen that the US is, there has been a joint military operation with the Ecuadorian government against the cartels. I'll have a look at that tomorrow. But that's the US hasn't invaded Ecuador. It's a joint military operation with the Ecuadorian government. Now, is that the one that recently had an election where the Orange Twerps rep got installed? I think it might be. and it was a bit of a dubious election with some shenanigans going on. Yeah, I think it might be that one. Okay, but I'll have a look at that tomorrow. What I want to have a look at today is, and I am feeling totally spaced out there. Went and stood in the moon last night. It was still beautiful. Just, one day past full. Um, because I was a day late for the full moon and the eclipse. Oh, silly me. Probably why I slept so well that night. I was a day late, but it was horribly cloud. It was thick cloud and raining and stuff, so I wouldn't have seen it anyhow. Okay, so what are we looking at? What are we looking at? We are wanting to know, is the US regime using these drones for a false Will they use these drones for a false flag event? Will they? Will they? I'm being reminded in New York that I had that image of an attack, and I said at the time to you guys in New York to, if you're going to travel, travel above ground. And that was about a year ago. So I hope, I now feel like, well, did I get that right or not? And then they found the mobile phone interference thing, cache. But I keep feeling something an attempt, touch wood, cross fingers, that it's foiled, because there is a good potential it will be foiled. But is it the London one where they had like about 3 different explosions in the subway, and there was one on a bus and all the rest of it at the same time? It's got that intended vibe about it, but it has a very high potential of being foiled. So fingers crossed, touch wood. But you can't live life in fear. You have to go about life. Just know that if there are any alerts that come out, just be aware of them and follow the instruction. Okay, are they going to use these drones for a false flag event? There's already been one where there's a claim of an Iranian missile getting shot down over Turkey. Hegseth's now come out, oh God, he's a nutter, with excuse numbers at 3 or 4, or are we beyond that? Saying that, the reason they attacked was because there was going to be an attempt to unalive the orange twerp. All I can say is, damn, missed opportunity again. But, it is yet another excuse to try and claim that the US was not an aggressor, the initial aggressor, in regards to Article 5. So we covered that fairly well, and I did pin under that video the information. One of you lovely viewers sent it to me via a comment, and so I pinned it, the information about Article 5, that if a country is the aggressor, no, it null and voids Article 5 of the NATO agreement. Okay, come on down, let's have a look. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Is with these drones false flag event. So I have been shuffling. You would have seen my hands going up and down. Okay, I just looked at what was on the bottom, and I'm feeling very uncomfortable about this. The 5 of Cups. And if you have a look at this actual card, this is the underlying energy of the here and now. It's the absolute disregard for human life, the corruption from the ones that are playing with these lives. And it's basically don't care as long as they get the means and the ends, is what ends in the means. What's the all my guides are saying are means and ends. I gather KKK Levitt was on a talk show this morning or overnight my time, and the host asked her about the unalived service people, and she quickly blew a stack, lost the plot, and pivoted towards we need to concentrate on the wins in this, in what is happening. We don't need to talk about the people that will um, lose their lives. Just, unbelievable. Okay, but yeah, the underlying energy is the corrupt ones that are at the head will do what they think is necessary, and they don't care who gets hurt. Oh, it's an awful card. I do. But forewarned is forearmed. Okay, right. I understand that one of the service people that were uh, hopefully on their way home, but sadly draped in a flag, was due to cycle out of their tour of duty within days. The young woman, just awful. And yeah, they don't care. They don't care. Okay, the signifier is the High Priestess. The secret planning, secrets, the bison in the room that we can see. Yeah, I mean it is a yes card, so I'm just going to have a sip of coffee here. The High Priestess, yeah, hidden agendas. Thank you. Had to have that coffee for me to get the other meaning. Yeah, hidden agendas that to some of us are really obvious, but they're pretending out the front. Oh. So yeah, I think they are. Okay. Challenged by the Hierophant. Now, I read that Congress didn't pass the War Powers Act. I think I said yesterday and I said this morning at the very start of Laurie's live, and then news came out about halfway through Laurie's live. I said it's too late. It's too late, that they won't be able to stop it, because it's closing the barn door after the whole herd of cattle have gone. And the cattle aren't even in the pen outside the barn; they're gone, um, because this attack has been underway for what, 5 days already. It's too late to suddenly declare that he's not allowed to attack, because it's been happening for 5 days already. Okay, but we've got the Hierophant here. The challenge to this is something to do with the higher authorities. Now, this may be somebody within the military that says, we're not doing that. It can be legal, like SCOTUS or something, or it can be Congress. I don't know who this is. The challenge to doing this is somebody who actually sees the light. I'm drawn to the light around the head. Has Anubis, the dog of war, chained by their side. So I'm hoping, and they are the key. They are the key to this. Okay, I'm really hoping. The symbol down the bottom here, for those that are following the runes, means revelation, technical ability, and vision. I mean, it does have other meanings, but this is sort of like a revelation. But this is also a crack opening. It looks like a crack opening in the ground. A crack opening with a revelation, and I'm drawn to the light around the head. So there may be somebody who is in a position of command that stops this. Now, as I was saying on Laurie's channel, we're here. Where we will end up is here. It's really hard for us psychics to actually predict the path in between. Because we are light workers, because we are psychics in our own life, we can usually generally travel from here to here in a straight line. But because we are dealing with the likes of Higgs and Felon and Net and these unpredictable, how do I put it? I was going to say loose cannons, but that's not a dramatic enough word for them. These absolute unpredictables, they don't, there is a direct path that they can follow, and they are drawn to follow, but because they are not operating from their higher selves, it's like when you go through life. I'm just going to bring you up while I'm chatting. It's like when you go through life, and just even normal life, me and thee, and you're here and you need to get there. If you're fighting against, or you're arguing with, or you're researching further, or you're trying to force the will to what you think is your way instead of what is supposed to be happening, you end up in this twisty, convoluted path to get there. And you always end up there eventually, because if you get lost halfway along, it'll restart you there and say, no, you've got to get here. So pretty much if you take the road of the low vibration, you end up on this twisty path. Okay, when you take the one of the higher energy, which is the path that may look like it's difficult, where there's obstacles, where there's challenges, where you have to learn lessons and grow, that's the path you're meant to be on. So these players, and I'm going to call them players because that's pretty much what they are. They think they're playing a game, because these players are not predictable in their action, and they're not following the direct path to the resolution, which is basically they all go and we end up rebuilding. Anything can happen in the meantime. So fingers crossed, touching wood, that whoever this person in a position of authority challenges this hidden agenda that they have. Okay, at the foundation, we've got the Page of Wands. Viva la résistance, Slava Ukraine. This is young people standing up and declaring no more. No more. This is young people pushing back. So this might be the military personnel that are there going, seriously, what? So this is the energy it's stewing in at the moment. Some sort of messaging that may be brought forward that is potentially unexpected as this sun comes out, as the light is shone from behind the clouds. Because look at this. This is in fog clouds. I mean, fog is low cloud. The sun comes out. There's information that comes forward, the energy that they're stewing in, that creates this resistance. Okay, in the past, we've got the Page of Swords. So it was the Page of Wands. We've got the Page of Swords for those that are listening. And this is about a whistleblower standing defiantly with the truth there, bringing forward a truth. So I'm hoping that a whistleblower comes forward, speaks the truth, holds their ground. There's this defiance, and then it's backed up by someone in authority. Crowning the reading, we've got the Magician. The energy over this at the moment, because this is the here and now. So someone's brought forward the truth. This is the past. This truth has already been, if I say shown, and it even just from that article. If me, a card thrower on the other side of the world, can glean from that simple 2 paragraphs in an article that I can read without having to subscribe, can go, yeah, then hoping that many others can as well. Crowning this reading, we've got the Magician. he can be a manifester, he can be a manipulator, he's got the chicken on his shoulder, and I know the chicken is supposed to be, it is a powerful symbol of good in the Norse mythology here, which is what these cards are based on. But to me, it's simply a chicken on the shoulder, a cowardly act of distraction. And he's got this finger pointed as if he's declaring it to happen. And the symbol above his finger here is the self, is social order, enemies. Can also be friends. Oh, okay, thank you. I just read a couple of the words from it, but they're really glowing at me. So when I look at my cheat sheet, the words are mankind, the self, friends, enemy, social order. So to me, this is this manipulator, this cowardly manipulator, is pointing at friends being enemies. And if that doesn't scream friendly fire or false flag, I have no idea what would. Yeah, I'm just gonna. So what have we got? 3 majors so far. 3 majors plus 2 pages. So this is telling me this is really big. This is really important. We need to be aware of it. The magician, the high priestess, the Hierophant hopefully stepping in the way, the energy under that it's stewing in is the Page of Wands, the defiance of, it could even simply be one operator that is defiant, but the defiant of the young people bringing forward this message. And we've got a whistleblower in the past here, or this could simply be, this is the truth. Sort of brutal reality plunged in this and standing defiantly behind it. We've told you. This is basically what this card is saying. Here it is. Put the dots together. We've told you. It's up to you. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the players that are involved. Okay, the immediate future with this, the Knight of Wands. Volatile information being brought forward. The horse rearing in the flames. Oh man. And that's only because I can't swear. I'm looking at this rune here, which is a combination rune, and one of them is about the male ego, which is the diamond, is what I'm getting from that. The diamond is the male ego. It's okay, thank you. Right. It's also, if I'm reading it differently, it's also about legacy and heritage, but separation of land from the lands of. Okay, thank you. Sorry if I feel like I'm struggling through this. It's just really heavy. We've got male ego. We've got separation from the land of birth. And the third symbol, I suspect, is a year of, it can mean peace, prosperity, fruitful harvest, but it's like, depends on what side you're on. We've got the fruitful harvest there. Oh boy. If I'm reading it right, I may be reading it wrong. We'll see how it goes. It's just, the energy is really, can go either way depending on whether those that are in a position of power hear the message. There very well may be, because you've got this knight here with this horse, and we are in the year of the fire horse. with volatile message that's coming forward. Again, the sun breaking through the clouds. Oh, you've got the obstacles in the background, obstacles and challenges in the background. And usually in the Rider-Waite Smith deck, this is in the set in the Middle East. Okay, immediate future. Some sort of fiery information coming forward. Whatever's happening, it's going to happen quickly with that Eight of Wands. We're going to hear about it. The two runes that are on the page here are about endurance and survival, but the opposing one is about constraint. There's a ship in flames internally. I have no words for that card. I'm not even going to touch it. Because, well, I am going to touch it, but you don't need me to explain what that looks like. I think there is, I think they're going, that's the plan. Hopefully it can be changed. Hopes and fears. The Empress. The Wheel of Fortune here turning. The birth of something new. A painful birth. And it will turn the wheel. All right, the outcome, the Queen of Pentacles, Homeland Security, Protection, the Hanged Man, and the Ace of Cups. I want to ask whether they're going to get away with it, because I'm going to say it's planned. I think they're going to possibly even attempt it. But with the Queen of Pentacles here, claims of Homeland Security, but something's going to be strung upside down and seen differently. You've got the Z on his chest, which is about defense. So this is okay. Thank you. And when you've got the emotionally overwhelming. I read yesterday on, are they going to try and draw NATO in? And this tells me yes. Claims of having to defend the homeland. It's going to be highly emotionally charged. There's the Emperor, my way or the highway, win at any cost, sitting there, forcing his will. You've got the actual this might be Four of Wands, could be the hold on to those that are dear is what I'm getting, because I think they're going to send Three of Wands, send overseas, boots on the ground type thing. But you've got the Seven of Swords. It's all a lie. It's all a lie with that Seven of Swords. And we've got the Moon card, the literal fight of good versus evil, but something being exposed. We've just had the moon, the full moon, something being revealed. Got the King of Cups, and then the ending, the Ten of Cups. Now, is this the executive order and then the law that got passed, or is it Mark Kelly? there's something to do with an ending of the celebration of the Emperor in the Hall of Valhalla, and then we have a new opportunity coming forward. Didn't get the treason card. Let's see what's on the bottom. Gosh. Oh, we've got the 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, bringing destruction, and the Devil. Then you've got the 2 of Cups, 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. Oh, that's interesting. 3 2s. It is going to be a crossroad, absolute crossroads moment. No legality in that. There's no legal path, but this could be working across the aisle, making a plan, and again, 2 of Pentacles, pausing and deciding, pausing and deciding. Enough of the bloody pausing. Claims of a false victory. But I don't know that it's going to work for them. Because if I keep going, I've got the 9 of Pentacles, the indolent living in their comfortable existence, the Wheel of Fortune, the Star of Hope, the 4 of Swords, the death of a leader, and you've got the World card. And then we shift into compassion. So this is ending, compassion, Queen of Cups, and the Sun, where everything gets revealed. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wish this one would hurry up. I'm just going to read the cards and say, yeah, they're going to, and they're going to claim that it was an Iranian drone or whatever attack. I'm just going to say they're going to. I hate that. I'm sorry. Oh boy, just send every vessel that is over there. Just hold it. Laurie and I touched on it this morning during the live reading, and she got that it would be one of the smaller ones. Apparently, one of her viewers said that the USS Gerald Ford is having new issues. I got widespread food poisoning or gastroenteritis or something sweeping through the ship. Something where it wasn't the ship itself, the aircraft carrier taken out of action, it was the crew taken out of action. Is the regime going to get away with this? Are they going to get away with this? Got a card that's fallen out. Let's have a look to see what it is. Are they going to get away with it? There's that Page of Wands again. Somebody in defiance is going to bring forward information. Yeah, the Sun, fully exposed. There's going to be this, there's the 5 of Wands. Was that the only one we didn't get before in the 5s? No, that was 2s. The 5 of Wands. Someone's going to be held accountable and they're going to be screaming in defiance about it as their feet are held to the flames. This is the traitor in the camp. Oh boy. And then you've got the 2 of Cups. They're coming together, they're supporting each other, they're working together, coming together across the aisle potentially to bring about change. There's the 5 of Pentacles, the Devil. Under investigation after the destruction that is wrought with that 5 of Pentacles. the destruction in battle, the devil, and then the Ten of Wands. Overreach, too much, planting the seeds for the future. Big information coming out. Now the two crows are messengers. You've got, are they going to get away with it? The Seven of Wands. The wrath of God being brought down, but who's going to bring the wrath of God, as we've been hearing, against those? That's the plan. Okay, right. Are they going to get away with it? And it's the hidden agenda. Looking at this first line, I don't think they're going to, but this is very, to me, it's going to happen. But they're not going to, and there's the whistleblower again. There's the Hierophant again, similar cards, different order. Queen of Wands. And the Page of Cups, unexpected information coming from left field. Going to claim a false victory with the Six of Wands. But I mean, look at the symbol at the top there. Six of Swords, so two sixes. These are the moments after the challenge event, after the 5, moving forward. After the event, claiming of a false victory. However, the swords of truth on the boat being brought to the light. And then we've got the King of Swords. Action being taken, potential legal action being taken. Again, we've got these two. These look like bald eagles up here because they've got the white heads. But you've got the two crows and the two bald eagles with the King of Swords coming forward, bringing forward this truth, cutting through, taking action. Are they going to get away with it? I don't think so. They may appear initially that they do, but then truth is going to come forward. I have no words. I have no words for the depravity of this regime. They think it's a game. They think they're sitting on the couch playing with their whatevers. They think it's a game. Oh, anyhow, let that energy go. It will be what it will be. Yeah. This smoke and mirrors, delusion. Delusion, but the Nine of Swords. The nightmare situation where the swords are being plunged in. So I think it's going to happen. There is someone who potentially could stop it. But we're in this unpredictability at the moment. Where the regime has no moral compass, no ethics, I'm going to say no patriotism, but I hate that word because it's been stolen by the MAGAs and construed to be something that it didn't initially mean. Just going to leave it there. Love to you all. Take care.